and the inevitable popularity and availability of regional television would usher in an era of wrestling that was defined by what would come to be known as the territory system. The territory system would dominate wrestling for nearly 4 decades, while the borders, authority, popularity, and obedience of individual NWA territories was in a near constant state of flux. To this day, the impact and influence of these territories is still felt. Each territory had its own signature promoter and star. While it is impossible to cram these characteristics into a static, concrete map, we are damn sure going to try anyway.
So open up your eyes, way before it gets too late. Now one man, there's no way you can, and if the street lights running, don't give a damn. A simple explanation that you'll never find. Sinners never sacrifice. We never leave love alone. Is hate really worth the price? Look at what we've done. Never cared for compromise. Always threatening someone's life, and it feels like the end of the
world. All right, it's Thursday at 8 o'clock with the new and improved live This Week in Pro Wrestling. And this week, we don't have a guest, Jimmy Farrow.
We're going to talk pro wrestling the whole time?
We're actually going to talk This Week in Pro Wrestling the whole time.
The titles, it is new and improved. We're like New Coke. Wait a minute, New Coke didn't work out very well.
Why didn't New Coke work out?
Because it tasted like shit.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't
I kind
good.
of liked it.
You did?
You know what I read somewhere?
It was terrible.
You are an expert at it, so I don't remember this.
Potato chips?
Well, close.
Okay.
McDonald's had a pizza?
I don't remember that.
I do not remember that
The
either.
McPizza?
Yeah, I do not remember that.
Sounds awful.
It does.
Yeah.
But you don't, so maybe it doesn't. Maybe that's bullshit. Maybe I read some kind of
I can see
fake
it, though.
news.
They probably tried.
Yeah, but
Fake
you would have known if there was a McDonald's pizza.
Would I have? There's a lot of things that they came out with that I didn't care about. The McRib.
McRib was good.
I heard it was good.
You
I
never had
had
it?
No, I never had one.
Did you ever eat the breakfast?
What was the breakfast?
Egg McMuffin, pancakes,
Yeah, I like
sausage.
their breakfasts.
Their
Yeah,
breakfast
sure.
was always wonderful.
They're still good. Yeah, I still like them. I still have those once in a
But
while.
you don't eat eggs.
No, I don't eat eggs. No, I don't. I have a sausage McMuffin without egg.
So it's sausage on a muffin.
Yeah, on the muffin. That's it. Maybe
bad.
some cheese or something like
Little
that.
cheese.
Yeah. No egg.
What's
though.
your burger of choice?
Oh, I love any hamburger for the most part. I'm like Wimpy from Popeye. Just give me a burger.
Big Mac,
Yeah, those are good.
quarter pound of cheese.
Oh, those are even better. I like those even more.
Burger King. You go to Burger King.
I love Burger King.
I haven't had a Whopper in I don't know how long.
And they got something called the Bacon King now. Ooh, hoo, hoo.
Good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
No doubt.
All right. I know you probably don't want to start off with this, but I have to go with
What,
this with you.
AEW?
AEW last night.
go ahead.
Keith Lee and Swerve against Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin.
Right.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
on what planet could Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin be able to even move
Right.
Keith Lee?
Yeah. Yeah, there should be like one of those cartoons where Keith Lee grabs both tennis instructors and slaps their heads together. Get out of here. Bang.
All right, so we're going to show a little clip. Do you think
Go ahead.
at least if you're going to do this match, should Keith Lee sell at all against these guys?
If I'm Keith Lee, I wouldn't want to be doing that.
Well, take a look at it.
Yeah, roll that footage there, Abe. What do you got? All right, picks him up like, a paperweight like he should be able to.
Right. Now, come on.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Come
sure.
on.
A 300 or so pound guy is going to be pulled over by a tennis instructor.
By a
Of
guy
course.
that's literally 140 pounds.
No way.
Like, I
No
understand
way.
you want to put Darby and Orange over.
Right.
I get it.
Okay.
But could we get some better in-ring
Believability?
script? Yes,
How about that?
please.
No. And how do you think Keith Lee feels now, leaving Vince? Goes to AEW and he's got these two beating his ass up.
Honestly, dude,
Boy, did he really blow- he really blew it.
No, yeah, as a wrestler,
He
yes.
blew it.
But I think these guys are so into their every other week schedule.
Right.
10 minutes a night
Right.
for one night.
Yeah.
And God knows what Keith Lee's getting paid. What do you think Keith Lee's getting paid?
He's probably getting some nice money, no?
I would think so.
I'm sure he's making six figures, right?
Could you imagine being Keith Lee and making six figures?
I wouldn't want to be Keith Lee. I would take his money, though. Because if I was Keith Lee, I'd be fugly. I don't want to be fugly.
Really?
Yeah.
Keith Lee's got a hot
You think
girlfriend.
well, of course he's got a hot girlfriend. He's a big, giant wrestler who has a six-figure salary.
But I mean, with writing like that, that's why Collision is down to 452,000
What did I tell you? I told you the audience was going to get chopped in half.
I don't. All right.
What a
Give
shock.
me the reason behind it, though.
The reason behind it is that all the diehards tuned in for the first show, like I said when we discussed the
It
first
is a
show.
Saturday night.
They all tuned in for the first one due to excitement,
Right.
and now they're hitting the bar. It's Saturday.
You can't.
I could always watch this later.
That's what I'm saying. You can't have wrestling anymore on a Saturday night.
No.
It just does. I was always shocked that SmackDown was on a Friday. I'm amazed at the ratings for SmackDown on a Friday night. But
It is amazing. You're
but
right.
I honestly believe that it's the majority of its kids, right?
Yeah,
kids
it
are
is.
home on a Friday night watching
Georgia
Fox.
Championship Wrestling days, that
We
was
were
us.
kids.
We were kids.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, we were checking out that particular generation of wrestlers
Yes.
who we know very well.
Right.
Very well.
You could save that. For the
I'll
next-
save it,
Save
but
it
I'm
for the
throwing
next
it out there now, too.
Save
Just
it
like
for the next
skinning a cat. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Next. Next.
Roman Reigns has been quite unfortunate in recent weeks. Not only has he been betrayed by his own family, but he was also pinned for the first time
I
in
can't believe it.
1,294
I can't
days this
believe
past
it.
week.
I can't believe it.
Now, to add to his misery, it appears that his official TikTok account has been banned.
Oh, no.
The superstar had a bad time at Money in the Bank. The Bloodline Civil War ended up with the Usos taking out Solo Sikoa at ringside.
Yeah, there it is.
And focusing
Right
their
here.
attention on the tribal chief.
Wow. Unbelievable.
After multiple super kicks and then a splash, they were able to pin him.
Yep.
Now he's set to appear on SmackDown in front of the tribal court. Roman Reigns will not be in a good mood heading into the show, but now he has another reason to be annoyed. As reported by Wrestling News, Reigns' official TikTok account has been banned.
What?
It may be due to the strong TikTok anti-violence policy. Thoughts on that?
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard of. Strong. It's pro wrestling. What are they? What's their problem? You faked too convincingly? What is your problem?
RJ Hudson says TikTok doesn't acknowledge Roman Reigns like they should.
They really should acknowledge him. Perhaps he needs to dish out a little violence on them.
This PC world, man.
Dude, we're going to correct the professional wrestling world. You are too violent.
I guarantee whoever
Stop
works for
acting so
TikTok,
convincingly.
Whoever works for TikTok that closed a WWE account will be fired by tomorrow.
I would hope
if
so.
they had that stupidity, whatever policy they had, if
Right.
someone just like, I didn't know it was a real guy,
Right.
You're
Right.
fired.
Yeah, it's probably the one who did the Bud Light thing.
You
fired here,
got to
too.
think
Yeah,
how
idiot.
many
Quality things have been canceled.
no, how many views they lost from
Yeah,
people
that's-
going to TikTok.
That's really stupid. It's bad business. And on top of it, what is this strong anti-violence? But what, the splash was too hard?
I don't know.
That's the stupidest thing
All
I've
right,
ever
man.
heard of.
Money in the Bank. We'll go over the matches. Tell me what you
Sure.
think. I want you to give me a breakdown.
By the way, good show overall. I'll say that right off the bat.
Happy with it?
Yeah, why not? It's good.
Good. Very good.
Solid with some really good moments to some great moments, you know.
Any bad moments?
Well, I mean, I guess we should get into the matches as we go.
Okay.
I thought some of
Fair
the
enough.
decisions were interesting.
Fair enough. And I think I know what you'll hit on. but
Right.
Let's see. So Damian Priest wins the men's Money in the Bank. Full evaluation on that for Jimmy.
Well, I'm starting to believe, and I could be wrong, but if you look at the more recent, for the most part, the more recent Money in the Bank winners, I almost feel like winning Money in the Bank don't mean shit now, especially after the Otis thing. But in general, it used to automatically mean this is the next guy. That was when it was originally designed. This is the next guy, and we're going to build him, and he's going to cash in, and you're going to go nuts. That doesn't seem to be what's happening lately for the most part. It feels a lot more watered down, and they just give it to someone, and they carry it around for a while, and then they don't cash in successfully. I don't see Damian Priest being a world champion yet. Not even close. Not even close. Doesn't matter. He's got a good look. He's a big dude. He's doing very well with Judgment Day. Yada, yada, yada. I don't feel it. He ain't going to beat Seth Rollins. He's not going to beat Roman.
If they would have given it to LA Knight.
At least in LA Knight's case, you would have the fans drooling at every moment he's out there, because that guy right now is the most over guy in the goddamn company. How about them apples? LA Knight, yeah, I had to every time we talk about him. He's so damn great. You can't see how great he is. You do see. Well,
you know, on Kevin Nash's podcast, Kevin Nash said, and I've said it before, Kevin Nash, no surprise.
Okay,
but he said that LA Knight was, if anyone can't see it, he's a complete Rock ripoff.
Well, I've always felt that he's got some, but Rock ripoff? No, I don't see that.
I think it's really, again, there's nothing wrong with ripping it off. You know what I mean?
I don't remember The Rock going, L.A. Knight, yeah, I don't, where's that The Rock? What are you talking? Just because a guy oozes of charisma and has a great chiseled body and is so cool at the moment he comes out there, the place goes berserk. I mean, you know, I don't think that that's accurate. Why is he pissing on LA Knight anyway? What's the matter with him?
Well, because I think he sees what a lot of people see, and it's like...
Who's this lot of people? The entire universe of the WWE adores this guy. But hold on.
The entire universe adored The Rock.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense. He's a great character. Don't get me wrong.
He's a great character.
But it is...
He's an in entertainment.
It is a very close replica of The Rock.
I don't care. Fine. The Rock has not wrestled full-time for this company in 2 decades.
I get it.
So if someone comes along that has some sort of charisma like that, you're going to bottle it up and throw it away? What are you, stupid? This guy is over. And you know what? What really bothers me? The fans wanted Kofi. Was he believable? Was he a big dude? No. The fans wanted Daniel Bryan. Okay, he's a believable wrestler. Is he a big dude? Going back to Mike's thing? Right. No.
Right.
LA Knight, entertainment, A+. LA Knight, physique. Don't you even go there. The guy's cut like a statue, okay? Facial mannerisms. All LA Knight's got to do is look at people, and he gets a reaction. They can keep him down all they want, but they're making a mistake. Give the people what they want. You did it with Daniel Bryan, whether I wanted it or not. You did it with Kofi Kingston, whether I wanted it or not. Do it with this guy. Do it with this guy. You want to see entertainment? Put that belt on him. Wait till you see what he can do. But, of course, they don't like being told, which is fine. It's their show. They don't like being told, we want that guy. So this time around, they're not going to do it. This man is more deserving as an entertainer, as a physique, and as a performer than Kofi Kingston. I don't give a crap. This guy is it.
Doesn't Damian
Boy,
Priest...
LA Knight, you better cut me a check, I tell you that.
Damian Priest has done over the years, isn't it his time first?
No, I disagree completely. It's whoever's time is hot. And LA Knight is as hot as they get. Whether you're a fan or not, you must be tone deaf if you're not hearing the crowd. You know? You must be tone deaf. He got the loudest ovation the other night.
Honestly, I think they should...
And they're not even booking him as a winner.
They should have went with Logan Paul.
Well, we talked about that during the week, and I think you agree with me on this. And it's the old guy doesn't need it. He's so over, he doesn't need it. That's all there is to it. Logan Paul didn't need that briefcase. Damian Priest needs the briefcase. You know what? There's our answer. That's why it was given to Damian Priest. LA Knight doesn't need it either. He doesn't need it.
But, you know,
he's over.
I understand what
Damian Priest is not over on that level.
I get what you're saying now.
Right.
But then my point would be, does Roman Reigns really need the title?
I believe that in Roman Reigns' case, yes, because the title, the huge long reign, Paul Heyman being the heel, it's the perfect storm, and it all enhances each other. So, yeah, I do. I think if you take the title off Roman, it could be a problem. That could be a problem. Because you take the title off him, then Heyman turns on him. If Roman is left alone on an island, see, that's the difference between Roman Reigns and Hulk Hogan. If Roman Reigns is left alone on an island, I don't know if he would have the kind of success that he's had.
But isn't that
I'm just being fair
isn't
about
that
it.
the beauty of Roman Reigns' character?
I love it.
Right? Because he isn't a standalone guy. He still wants... Look,
he's different.
Look,
than
I know
a lot
Paul
of the
Heyman
past
said
huge
it.
figures we've
Paul
had
Heyman
in this
said
business.
it on his pot. He did a Rick Rubin. And he
Okay.
said something real clear, which made all the sense in the world.
Okay.
Roman Reigns' character is uncertain,
Right.
right? Because he says, acknowledge me.
Right.
He doesn't say, what you going to do.
Right.
He doesn't say, because Stone Cold said so.
Right.
It's like,
Acknowledge me is great.
acknowledge me
It's
because
great.
I need you in
Right.
order to be me.
Right.
The other guys, The Rock, Stone Cold,
Oh, yeah.
they didn't need
No.
the fans. The
No.
character didn't need
No,
the
right.
fans.
No, they didn't, like,
So you make some really good points.
Yeah, I mean, to me, yeah, he needs that belt, and obviously Damian Priest needs the money in the bank. Is it going to help his career? Of course it is. We'll see what he does with it, but I can't see him cashing in and winning.
We were just talking about it's funny.
could.
Less than a year ago, we were saying, God, Judgment Day sucks.
Well, they were pretty bad in the beginning, and that was a fair comment. They sucked in the beginning. Edge leaving, Balor coming in, by the way, was very big. Gotta
And
give-
Rhea coming aboard.
Rhea, forget it. Rhea,
Rhea
by
came.
the way, as over as LA Knight is he's no Rhea. Rhea is so damn over. Rhea might be the biggest star the next. The way this thing is going for her, she is so
acting.
She's
Like
so great.
I got to be honest with
She's
you, I
great.
actually think now that wrestlers should have some kind of SAG card because their acting ability, like just the communication between Rhea and Dom,
Fantastic.
when the crowd is.
Oh,
We'll talk about Dom
it's
in a minute.
fantastic.
But she's whispering in his
Yeah.
ear.
Oh, she's great.
It's the facial expression.
She's just a natural, though.
She is.
I mean, then you have others like, look, Liv Morgan is very over, but acting ability, oh dear,
Not great.
oh dear,
Not great.
Yeah, not so great. Yeah, so I mean, either you have that gift or you don't.
But Liv has it.
She does.
Fair to say she's got it, right?
She's accumulated it. It's happened for her. Yeah, I like that she's wacky and you never know what the hell's going to come out of her. She's done very well for herself, and she's improved immensely. I would give her that.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, I thought she was a bore fest.
Well, speaking of Liv and Raquel defeat Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. This I didn't get. I just didn't. It didn't make
This is obvious to me. Ronda's leaving.
Okay, got it.
She's putting a friend over out the door.
Could we just rush this through, though? Is
Ronda
it
wants out.
It's like, I'm out. I'm out of here.
Absolutely. I think Ronda hates wrestling now. I don't think she'll ever come back.
Really?
I think she's done with it. This last run, I think she's done. I do. I don't think she's coming back. If she comes back, I'd be surprised. She has not enjoyed this run. You can see it.
Yeah, but the problem is, man, is like, okay.
Because the fans are like, screw you,
The first
Ronda,"
run
which
was-
I wouldn't
the first
enjoy
run-
either.
the first
I'd be
run
like,
was very
"Fuck
good."
you." Right. It was,
They
it
made
was
the
great.
mistake. They should have just brought it back as a heel.
Right.
They should have Romaned it.
Right. They should have.
And she would
Paul
have been gold.
Heyman should have been managing her.
Well, he said he wanted to. But
He
she was
should
pregnant.
have.
Yeah.
Why didn't that happen? That would have been perfect.
Well, she was pregnant at the time, and then he was managing Roman, so he couldn't do both.
Okay,
right?
then well, when she came back eventually.
And you know the funny thing about Heyman. Think about this, dude.
Yeah.
He did have a lot of misses in this role.
Oh, what about Henning's kid?
Yeah, he had Henning's
That was
kid.
a mess.
Who else did he have?
Cesaro. That was a mess.
That was a mess. So
Yeah.
Heyman,
He doesn't-
Heyman
it's
isn't-
not
Heyman
automatic.
doesn't have the magical touch.
No, it's not automatic. It's not automatic. Well, he does have a magical touch, but it doesn't mean he's going to hit a home
Right,
run
he
and bring
doesn't.
it back.
It's not,
Right.
He's had some pretty
Right.
epic failures.
Right.
Gunther defeats our friend Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle's our friend?
Well,
He's
Not
not, our
really,
friend.
but,
What was that about eagles flying out of Matt Riddle's ass? Did I see that right?
Yeah.
Happy 4th of July? What the fuck is that? Ugh, one dodo bird. What's with the eagles?
So we spoke about this when me and Jimmy were talking one-on-one. Gunther, greatest Intercontinental champion ever?
No, Mr. Perfect still is, but he's working on it, right?
Yeah.
Gunther's working on it. He is. He is. You know, it's funny. I think the second longest Intercontinental reign since this past century started, this current century, was Nakamura, and nobody paid any attention to that run.
Right. Right.
I'm like, okay, poor Nakamura.
What do you mean, poor Nakamura?
I'm just making fun.
It's transition time.
Yeah,
man.
oh, transition time. He was champion
How old
for a
is
long
Nakamura?
time. It's time.
It's
Yeah.
time.
Of course. I get it.
It's time to move on.
I get it, but they should have let him pin Jinder Mahal at that damn match I was at.
Does Gunther break Honky Tonk
Yes.
Man's record?
Yes.
And he's not far off. What
No,
did you
he's
say?
not.
He's
It's
about
like
2 months?
Yeah, within a couple months he'll be past.
Within a few months.
He should. Absolutely.
But
sorry, Honky.
Drew McIntyre, right here. That made me go, because we spoke about it before Drew. No, did we speak about it before?
Did we talk about McIntyre?
I'm not sure. But now McIntyre in the picture. I don't see Gunther surviving.
Nope,
that.
he's winning.
Gunther's going to beat McIntyre.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, now you got me worried.
If it was anybody else,
You're right.
I would be. But it's McIntyre who was rumored to be leaving.
Yeah.
Here he comes.
Here you go. Have the Intercontinental belt. You please stay.
Right,
That's
exactly.
fucking funny. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't know. Now you got me nervous.
Tough one.
When is their match? Are they having a match? Or are they
they haven't
they're
announced
hinting at the
anything.
program?
They're starting at
All
the
right,
program,
I
yeah.
got you. Well, maybe he could have a false, the first match will be some stupid ending, and then the second match will come and he'll pass Honky Tonk and then lose. That's possible.
Right.
I think they should have him pass Honky Tonk, don't you? That's the trend nowadays. Demolition was passed by New Day and then the Usos.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, when I look at the Usos, forget about how long we've been watching. When I look at the Usos, they're better than Demolition.
No, they're not. Get the fuck out of here.
Really? Come on.
No effing way. No way.
Usos have given you many more.
Let's
great
see. They get in the
matches.
they get into a match with each other. No, the Usos get pounded down. They get absolutely pounded
We just
down.
won't give that up.
And you know what's funny? Then Repo Man shows up and repossesses their tag team title
Listen,
reign.
with all due respect, as much as I love Demolition,
Don't you start.
right? I
Go
love you. Favorite tag.
How do
team.
you put the Usos above Demolition? Shame
It's
on
just
you.
their
You don't
product.
understand our generation of wrestlers. That's the problem.
Save that for the next show.
You know? Oh, yeah, sorry. I was ready to go off.
Cody Rhodes defeats Dominic Mysterio.
Okay, that's fine. That was entertaining. I mean, I'm not surprised at the result. And God, I love Dominic. Why do I love Dominic Mysterio?
Everybody loves Dominic.
No, they don't.
So-
They hate him. They
Let-
won't even let him talk.
Well, let me ask you this.
Boo.
So I was thinking about this. Back in
Yeah.
the old days, right? Like when Sergeant Slaughter was called Gomer.
Oh, that was
He
great.
would lose his shit
He
in the
would
ring, right?
lose his mind.
Now, the big conversation that's going on now is who has more heat, right? It's
Okay.
either Dom Mysterio or Don Callis. All right? From AEW.
It's Dominic.
Well, here's the thing. Dominic gives some sort of reaction to the crowd. Don
Right.
Callis doesn't even acknowledge the crowd.
Right.
My whole point is, why wouldn't, don't you want the crowd to feel like they're getting to you?
Absolutely.
Isn't that the gimmick?
Yeah.
Like,
It is.
not acknowledging the crowd.
Right.
Eventually go, okay, it doesn't bother him. Why should I boo?
Yeah, they'll eventually not do nothing.
I mean, Dominic doesn't do the old Gomer thing, but he
No.
does the whole
Dominic.
frozen in his spot, can't
Yeah.
say his words.
No, I think it's great. Dominic is way more. Dominic is so hated. He's so hated. But he has his mommy. What is he worried about?
Is it a problem that Dominic loses too much?
No, I'm not feeling that. I'm not
Doesn't
feeling
matter.
that. And it's not frustrating like it is with LA Knight, where the place is so into him and he's getting pinned by you. I'm like, what just happened? Monty just rolled him up. What happened? Yeah. Dominic is going to be one day. Dominic's going to be world champion one day.
Dude, how great would it have been Dominic
He's heading there.
winning
It's
Money
going
in
to
the
be a
Bank,
while, but
winning money
Oh,
in
I
the
would
bank
love it.
and carrying that
I
briefcase
would
for
love
a year.
that. It would be so great.
See, there's so many things they could do that
Yeah.
could be unbelievable.
Yeah, instead they bought us with Damien. Thanks a lot.
Well, my bigger problem is they're going to break up Judgment Day, which really annoys
They really
me.
kind of shouldn't.
They,
It's right.
like,
They
yeah,
gotta
like why?
should-
It's so hot.
They should
like,
keep
why
going.
do you have to get rid of Finn Balor? Like, why is that the necessary thing to do?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you did say you felt Finn is towards the end of his career now.
Well,
right?
he's
It's time
towards
to
the
go.
end of his push. I mean, he was the first Universal Champion how many years ago now? That's 6 or 7 years ago.
But now we're going to get good guy Finn Balor again?
Boring.
Yeah.
Keep him bad. And Damian Priest will never be a good guy.
I love Damian Priest, dude.
Why do you love
He
Damian
just
Priest
has
so much?
a great look.
He does have a great
He's good
look.
on a mic.
He's
good
got a good
wrest-
speaking
good
voice.
wrestler.
Dude, there's something about him that's bland.
Really?
Absolutely.
I
There's
like him.
something there that I find bland.
I like him. But I agree with you. At no point do I think Damian Priest is going to run in the ring and win the belt.
Right. Oh, I just pinned Seth
Like,
Rollins.
even when
I'm
The Miz
no
had
way.
the thing, you're like, oh, shit, he's going to sneak in and get one.
Because he's sneaky.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's got a history of
Damian
that.
Priest isn't that guy. It's like,
No, he's not.
Dominic.
Honestly, they gave it to the guy who needs the rub. They gave it to Damian Priest because the fans do not go batshit for Damian Priest emotionally.
so at what point will Damian Priest try to cash in?
It's a great
See,
question.
to be honest with you, here's what I thought a miss was. Roman gets pinned.
Right?
Damian Priest should have tried to cash in.
And then he would have lost right away.
That would have been great.
At least there would have been something.
But think about it. Roman's out.
Right.
The Usos ain't going to help him.
Right.
But then
Yeah.
again, how does Roman escape the clutches of Damian Priest if that happens.
I don't know.
Again, I see windows that I thought would work, but whatever.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins defeated Finn Balor, we just spoke about.
Which is what
Thoughts
I
of that?
think. No, fine. Solid as
How's
always.
Seth doing as champion?
Fine. I love Seth. Seth loves to milk the crowd singing to him. I don't know if you noticed
What's
that.
more over, the singing or the wrestler? The
singing,
song or the
the
wrestler?
singing. They're out of there. Fans love that shit.
How do you think a wrestler feels when the song is more over than himself?
I think that in Seth Rollins' case, because past gimmicks and almost anything he's ever touched has always gone over. So, I mean, to him, it's probably just another phase in his great, great career. It's like, yeah, let him sing. Whatever. But it is the fans that go, like, they just love to just sing and sing and sing. That's the way the fans are nowadays. I'm a part of the show. I'm a major part. I'm going, whoa, whatever, man.
I love that Seth Rollins is so loyal to the WWE.
I love it too.
He's been the guy that's been, even more than Roman.
Yeah.
He's been the guy that he's been there through thick and thin.
Yep.
And I mean, he should get a lot of credit
Kenny
for
Omega
that.
should take notes because he could have been one of those guys for Vince.
Ames says he liked Honky Tonk as Intercontinental Champion. Jason says Ultimate Warrior had a couple of good runs at the IC belt. He only had one good.
I'm trying to remember now.
He didn't have two runs with the
I don't know.
IC
Mr.
belt.
Perfect was the greatest Intercontinental Champion in my mind.
Yeah. Matthew Holland says, "Hey, Mikey, the Sandwich Eater and Juggling Jim."
What am I juggling?
Matthew's
Matthew
actually
was-
friended me on Facebook. He's now a friend. Yes.
Are you concerned?
No, you know what? He's not.
He didn't tell you what day.
He's not the same guy on Facebook. He's a fake YouTuber in a way.
Oh,
He's
what?
a different YouTuber.
I didn't know that
Like
there was
he's
such a
wacky
thing.
Matthew Holland on YouTube, and in real life, he's just Matthew Holland.
Okay. He didn't tell you what day you're going to get gas or anything in the future, did he?
No,
I'm just making sure.
not yet. Anyway,
Yeah. Stay tuned. It's coming.
RJS says, "I agree with Phil. Judas is a great song. Used to be a great song.
Judas,
It comes to a point now. It's like it used to give me like the hair, or my arms used to stand up when the crowd used
And
to
now
sing.
you're like,
That's like a
I become.
Is
that what happens?
The best part of that song is when they stop the music and the fans end the song.
Right.
Like, that's a good part of it.
Right.
But again, there comes to a point where songs just get worn out.
I like the song Judas, but you're right. I don't run to it anymore.
Like,
I ran to it for about 2 weeks.
it was, how good was it? in
And
the
then I got
beginning?
burnt out
Yeah,
on
it was
it.
like enough.
I will say this: it is no, it's no Black Sabbath like Fairies Wear Boots.
No.
It's been decades and decades
No.
and decades, and I never get tired of Fairies Wear Boots.
But I will tell you,
So.
the Judas video is pretty damn good.
Oh, it's great!
With the
I love that.
clowns
I
and the
love the
girls.
Judas
It's
video.
pretty good.
By the way, I was very proud of Chris when that did come out because I always thought to myself, "You've hit a home run with everything you've ever touched, but your band sucks."
So may I ask you?
So when Judas came out, I was like,
let me
"Nice,
ask you a
it's got a
question now.
hit."
Chris Jericho's not a wrestler.
Yeah.
Does that song do as well as it
No,
did?
not even close.
Not even. No one even knows it exists.
No, I agree.
This is why wrestlers are stupid when they feel like, The Rock obviously was smart,
Mm-hmm.
but some guys, they just continue to move on and they think they can move on. And
Right.
It's like, you're a wrestler and that's what you are.
You're a wrestler,
That's your living.
right? I agree.
Jericho gets it. Like, he gets it.
Yep, Chris Jericho's the greatest. I love Jericho.
Greatest of all time.
One of the greatest of all time, but we'd have to sit here for about 2 hours and make a list to
All right.
see where he sits.
Usos defeated Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa in the Bloodline.
I just
Civil War.
can't believe it happened. I mean, Roman Reigns got pinned. 2019 was a while ago. That is an amazing thing.
It is.
I was almost upset it happened, but at the same time, I thought tag match great. That's brilliant. The fans, did you hear the fans explode when it hit the mat? The hand hit
Well, I
the
gotta
mat
tell
for
you,
3?
Roman and Solo should not tag anymore.
No, they're not doing well together.
They're not doing
at all.
well. They're not.
Matter of fact,
they're no mega powers.
They're not even mini powers the way they're going. They should have a nice feud, those two. Don't you think?
Dude, Roman's gonna be left all alone. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, but don't you see what's going to happen at that point? That's when him and Seth are going to reunite.
No way.
The two champions together. How great would that be?
That would be fun.
I'm improving here. What do you want?
But no.
All right, so what's Roman Reigns going to do?
I think
Acknowledge me.
I think he's going to lose at WrestleMania to Cody and disappear for a while.
I think you should take a year
and
off.
then the WWE ratings will tank, and they'll be like, "Come back, Roman!" Right?
Maybe.
And by that time, catching the tiger by the tail may be too late, right? Because he may have lost his luster.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting to see what happens to Roman. Hey, every empire must fall,
Listen,
right?
wrestling's based on the good guy finally getting his due.
He has to eventually.
Well, you would hope.
Otherwise, Hitler wins.
No, you're right.
What a terrible ending.
No, it is a terrible ending.
You gotta have the.
You know what? I don't want it to happen, but it has
It
to
has
end.
to happen.
And I have to accept it.
And on top of it, Cody needs to finish the story, which is
Just
not over.
have
And we
a
said it wasn't over when
problem.
it happened.
Cody's way over. I
He
get
is.
it. I just have a problem, like, when you look at the history of the annals of wrestling as a sport and not a make-believe sport, it's hard to go, you couldn't be the big time in AEW, you couldn't win the AEW title, but you're going to hold the most prestigious title in the world.
Well, let me put it this way, and this is just my opinion. Everything that Cody did in AEW, he already has done better with his program with Seth. It was already bigger, better. The injury, everything. His match with Roman, bigger. That was the main event of WrestleMania. No. Whatever he did in AEW was just to set him up for what he's doing right now. So no, that's rearview mirror shit. And the reason why they didn't put the belt on him in AEW was because he probably was one of the guys who was writing the scripts and didn't want to do that because he was cool about it. He wasn't like, put the belt on me, put the belt on me, put the belt on. He didn't need it. Cody Rhodes, by the way, doesn't even need the belt. Isn't he proving it? We want him to, well, you don't, but we want him to win the belt. He doesn't need it. He's the most over face in the company.
Yeah, he needs it.
Well, ultimately,
He needs it.
yes. But currently, is it hurting him?
No.
No. That's gotta
WWE
say
set this
something.
up the right way. I gotta tell
believe
you,
they did.
For as people say, the writing sucks. Now, the
No,
writing's
it doesn't.
pretty spot
What are you talking
on, man.
about? The writing sucks. Go watch AEW with their 8-man tag team matches. Get the fuck out
Well,
of here.
speaking of AEW, a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
some say the greatest match of all time.
Oh, here we go again. Now Okada Omega isn't
took
the greatest
place.
match of all time?
And I'm going
Let's
to
go.
ask you, Jimmy,
ahead.
Ospreay versus Omega.
I watched
The
it.
greatest match of all time or the most dangerous match of all time?
You know what's funny? A lot of the old school guys from our generation, and even a little older than us from the Bruno generation, they scream bloody murder for the health of these wrestlers. And watching Ospreay and Omega, they always said, Benoit had CTE, concussion stuff and stuff. Dude, these guys are going to be brain dead. You see all the head strikes?
Yeah.
These guys are going to be brain
Yeah.
dead. And today's generation wants that. Not them to be brain dead, but they want them to destroy each other as much as possible. So while they're eating up, by the way, this amazing display, because it was.
It was amazing.
Those guys are amazing, okay? Just for the record. They have
Again,
incredible.
unrealistic video game type of wrestling.
I agree.
Okay, but
wow.
amazing.
Ospreay, by the way, did you know much about Ospreay? What
No.
a stud. The WWE did want him. He didn't want to come. He's one of them. And I don't understand it, but Omega is in the same boat. These guys are murdering themselves. They are one day going to need help doing a coloring book with all the headshots
So
they're taking.
let's see if we can show a clip of some of the dangerous crap that they were
Sure.
doing. And then I want to weigh in
Both
and get
bleeding
your
like
thoughts on it.
Bleeding like pigs, too, by the end of this. Look at this. Look at that. Oh,
I mean, Christ almighty.
yeah. Here we go.
Look at this.
Here we go. Oh, okay. That's what those knee strike
Yeah.
things that happen all the time. That
Dude,
shit is going
so
to make them forget the alphabet.
My point is, look, obviously they're making decent money.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
I don't know what AEW pays.
I do
its
believe Kenny
wrestlers.
Omega's a millionaire, obviously. But yeah.
Okay, maybe
is.
maybe he is. I don't know.
I think he is.
But they're certainly putting their future on the line. Just recently was Mick Foley and Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, the anniversary.
Right.
Right.
Don't they watch the match
Foley,
together? I saw some
They did.
video where they were watching the match together.
But don't
did they have
think-
McDonald's?
They did not have
Yeah,
McDonald's.
probably because you couldn't afford it.
But don't think Mick Foley is not paying for
Oh my
all
God!
the things that he gave
Of
the
course,
fans.
of course,
right?
he is. He's very much.
Here's the
paying
thing,
for it.
though.
Yeah.
Mick Foley walked away set for life.
Yes,
I'm not sure Will Ospreay is walking away set for life.
I agree with that.
And if you're doing it to have a 5-star match,
Right.
What's it getting you?
I don't.
To have the match of the year, number one in PWI 500, what does it matter?
When one day you're not going to be able to put your own shoes on, or even remember these matches when you're older. I mean, they say Benoit had CTE concussions. Chris Benoit never took shots at this volume and this consistency the way Kenny Omega has over the years.
RJ Hudson says it's hard to watch, but those kind of guys are guys I hope don't go to the drugs one day for pain.
Maybe someday.
A mess says Mick Foley hardly walk up a set of stairs.
Right. It's sad.
Here's the thing. Who's the greatest wrestler right now in the world?
The greatest wrestler?
The greatest wrestler.
What, if I have to just
greatest
pick
wrestler.
One?
Number
Roman.
one guy. Roman.
Yeah.
Roman.
He don't kill himself like that.
Roman
he works hard.
He works hard.
He works hard.
But he doesn't do shit like that.
No, because
and
he wants
over as F.
He wants to live to see his grandkids.
Yes. And his matches are
great.
As great as that match was,
sure, yeah.
I'll take every Roman Reigns title defense over that match.
I could see you saying that.
When I watched that match, I didn't have goosebumps. I was in awe of what was happening in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
When I watch a Roman Reigns match,
yeah,
I feel like I'm watching.
I mean, on a nerd level, I mean, for those who saw the trilogy between Omega and Okada, what have you forgotten already? You forgot that already? You really think that this was better than that trilogy? Stop it. What is with it's the latest insane match. It's the greatest match I've ever seen. You haven't seen this pattern? This has been going on lately for quite a while. Sick match. Greatest match I've ever seen. What was the greatest match before this one? The one 2 months ago.
Here's the funny thing I'm going to say.
Cut it out.
A year from now, I'm going to ask Phil, I'll say, hey, Phil, do you remember that Ospreay match? And he's going to go, not really.
Right. You remember Hogan Warrior?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's right. Yeah.
Brother.
And this isn't a knock on those guys.
No, it's not.
But there comes a point, guys, that it has to be more than doing crazy moves that you're lucky you didn't die trying to do.
Right. And like I said, in the future, these guys are going to have a hard time even getting their shoes on. So, and we'll see who cries for them down the road.
And here's the other thing, guys. They're doing it for fans of 6,000 people.
Yeah, there's that
so,
too.
Kudos for loving wrestling.
Right.
No kudos for being an idiot.
I just don't get it. I mean, honestly, if I was given an offer to work for the WWE or to work for AEW, I would heavily think about my health.
Let me ask you this. Put that match at a WrestleMania, not even a main event. It's just a regular match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
In front of 80,000 people.
Gets over great.
And not only that, it kind of makes a little more sense to me.
Right.
You know,
you mean like when Gunther and Sheamus beat the living shit out of each other.
And still not nearly as dangerous as that.
No, because these guys...
And the other thing I say is that, again, kudos for performing, whether it's 2 people in front of you or 100,000 in
tremendous
front of you.
Performance.
Kudos, guys. But you know what? I'm sorry. It does matter where you're performing.
Right.
And I'm sorry. If only 5,000 people, 8,000 people, 10,000 people show up, and that's a lot. I don't think there were 10,000 people.
Right.
Okay, because 10,000 people is a lot of people.
That's a good turnout. Absolutely.
You can't be doing that kind of stuff.
Well, that's what they're going to do, and that's what they've been doing, and that's what they're going to keep doing. It is what it is. I mean, I'm a big fan of a guy named Shibata. I can't believe he even came back, but he had to stop for years because his skull was basically rattled beyond belief. I thought it was dangerous for Shibata to come back.
Luce says they're doing it for the smart marks. Well, again,
right.
Kudos for caring for the fans, but in the end, you're going to be like Mick Foley, dude.
Yeah, I'm not stepping in front of a truck to please you.
See, now I understand.
Well, what the hell?
Mick Foley, look, there's that old...
Mick was 1 in a million. It's what made him different. Now they're all out there killing each other.
Well, we also had the discussion, like I said, and you kind of answered it differently, which surprised me, but I think once said to you, starting life over, someone said you could be you or you could be Walter Payton.
Me.
You chose you.
I don't want to be Walter Payton.
But a lot of people would choose the life of Walter Payton, right?
What, to pass away young and tragic?
But again, being the greatest
just because
of all
for 15 years I was in the spotlight?
I get it.
Look at me?
I get it.
No thanks,
but
man.
Mick Foley chose, I know Mick Foley in his heart knew that he'd be in the shape he is today doing what he did.
I think Mick Foley, now I'm going to say something nice about Mick Foley, so don't faint.
Right.
But I think Mick Foley knew the only way he was going to get over during that time was to do exactly what he did. Because he didn't have the greatest looks. He wasn't exactly the guy you'd run and hand a mic to and tell him to do a promo. And to Vince, he was probably just some fat schlep. So he chose to kill himself to get to where he needed to get. And to his credit, he did. And to his credit, he was great at it. But now, he can't put his shoes on, probably. You know?
Well, I think someone just wrote that he couldn't do his socks.
I
A
believe
mess
it.
wrote, after attending a live wrestling show I saw, it wasn't the punches or kicks that hurt. It was the landing on the back of the top rope or the move where the person landed on their back.
Yep.
All right, with that, guys, we'll see you literally. What time is it now?
Almost time for the mothership. I can feel the
In
mothership
20 minutes, the
coming in.
mothership comes in.
Very nice.
Where we have our special guest, Steve Kern. Or not. Or not. We'll find out. But I promise you this.
Loser!
We will
Sorry,
entertain.
what
I'll
just
see you
happened?
guys at 9 o'clock. Jimmy, send us on the way.
You've been watching This Week in Wrestling, where we understand all generations of wrestlers. And until next week in wrestling, later.